Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues. Hi.
Hi. Cute top.
Huh?
Cute top.
Thank you. It's hot as fuck.
It is hot as fuck here, by the way. Like,
hot? Yeah.
You know what? That's what I was going to do. I was going to check the weather for Saturday because it's like 85 here and it's like, ooh, it's bad. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be hot. And the thing is that I waited until Prime Day to buy an AC unit for our living room because I was like, might as well wait till there's a deal. And now it doesn't get here until like Sunday. And I'm like, God damn it. We don't have central AC for listeners. I don't have central AC. So I have a unit in my bedroom, which is like the nicest one that we have in the house because, you know, we deserve it.
For you.
Yeah. And
nicer than Lola's.
And then Lola has one and then that's it. Anyways, welcome to the show. Full disclosure.
We're going to start with a musical little open
little number.
Something, what's that called? A cold open.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If I'm being honest, I'm not.
When are you not?
Yeah, it's true. I'm not prepared today, like at all. If my show.
Congratulations. I'm never prepared.
Okay, but I program the show. I am the one who writes the notes and the celeb news and all this stuff. I've not watched anything Bravo this week.
I just finished
any watching Kardashians.
I finished watching. I'm not going to watch Kardashians. We discussed that. I just finished watching OC.
Okay, well, maybe fill us in and tell us if there's anything worth mentioning. But
okay,
I don't have anything today, and let me tell you why. It'll be a part of highlights and lowlights. Which let's get into highlights and lowlights.
You love to talk about that. You would make an entire podcast about your highlights and lowlights.
I honestly feel like I should just have a separate podcast called Highlights and Lowlights.
Okay.
But now honestly,
that's start doing separate things.
That's
is that where our relationship is going? We're doing things separately.
Yeah, it's
that's how it starts. Then we'll become swinger mom and daughter.
What?
Yeah, like I'll hang out with other daughters and you'll hang out with other moms.
Oh, got it. Okay, well we do that. So, can we just make a promise this episode? No one's gonna cut anybody off. Like, let's everybody can finish a thought. Yeah, you just did it like 5 times just now. So let's all finish thoughts. Let's all just let everybody.
But can we make a promise? Will you not tell me I'm long-winded because that is in your estimation, and I think you can be long-winded in your like highlights and lowlights and all that. So
I can. But here's the thing: because I don't have show notes and stuff, it's going to be a lot of us today. Let's just talk. Man. Why not just? Okay. So the reason
you want to sing a song.
No, I don't want to sing a song. We can sing a song at the end, okay?
No, but I'm talking about sing a song like the song that we taught that we.
No, you do this with Gotti. This is not with.
Why can't I do it with you too? Why is it only a me and Gotti thing?
Because you guys have your separate thing. I don't like it. I don't think it's that funny.
By the way, you know it is really funny now that I know because I've seen comedians do it and they do it on Saturday Night Live and we invented it.
Okay, for people who don't know what's going on, my mom and my sister will pretend that they made up a song and
we won't. We will. Let's sing that song that we sing about this and this, and then we look at each other and we start singing a song that we just made up, and it's funny.
It's for sure. It's funny. I would like to not do it. So
just because
is that okay?
Oh, totally.
Okay, totally. Great. Well, let's get into highlights and lowlights, shall we?
You go.
The reason why I'm not very prepared. You're an idiot. The reason why I'm not prepared is because.
Is that John Liam?
Yeah, John Liam's here. Would you like to say hello? He looks so cute. He's got a cute shirt on. We kind of are matching. Come here. Come on. Hold my hand. It's okay.
Hey, everybody.
What about me?
Not a very good angle of me.
I have something for you.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
I have something for you.
She says she has something for you.
What do you have?
He knows what it is.
He knows.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is?
Yeah. Food.
Yep. That's a big win.
All right. Okay. The reason why I'm not prepared is because we are throwing Lola's first birthday party Saturday, which is in 2 days right now. While you're listening to this, it's Thursday. So, or whatever. And my head has been on I don't even what do you call it? My head has been on a swivel. I've just been going like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do this. Nothing pertaining to Lola's birthday, really, other than like ordering food and blah, blah, blah. But I also wrapped the show that I'm on Friday, which means that this is an intense week for me because I have to lock the episode, which means it has to be like perfect before we send it out. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You are coming in. Daddy is here. Like, I'm just like, there's a lot going on. So I was like,
is that your highlight?
That is my highlight.
Okay, but who's more of a highlight, me or your dad?
No, the highlight, it has nothing to do with either of you. It has to do that we're throwing
that's
Lola's
just
birthday.
So wrong.
That we're
Where
throwing
is your-
Lola's.
he-
Can I finish a thought? Can I finish a thought? My highlight is it's Lola's birthday party and we have family coming in and it's really exciting that people showed up for her. That's the highlight. It has nothing to do with
Of
who loves
course.
who more, this and that. No.
You know,
Niña, por favor.
you know, you
It's
should
not a
have
competition.
it's not. You should have invited your dad to
Who are you
the
calling right now.
I have to make this one.
Hi,
What?
Rob,
What's
Oh
up?
my
I'm
God.
doing the podcast with your daughter, you know, the one that
Okay.
looks like you. And
Yeah.
so she always starts with highlights. Do you ever listen to our podcast?
He does.
Yes, you.
Oh, okay.
He's a big fan.
Aren't I really good?
Yeah, no, you're fantastic. What can I say?
Okay, Rob, listen, I go, she's into highlights and lowlights, and she goes, "Is Daddy's in town and you're coming to town?" I go, "That's your highlight?" She goes, "No."
No, you. Oh
Like,
my
what
God.
an ingrate, this girl.
I need
I just-
everybody. Oh my
Then what
God.
is your highlight?
What
the
is
hi-
your highlight? He
The
wants to know.
highlight is that it's Lola's
The man that
birthday
paid for
party.
your wedding and was a sperm donor and has nurtured you and understood your weirdness for all these years, because I've never understood it. He did. You don't think he's a highlight?
You know what? I'm just happy that everybody gets to hear this so people understand why I'm so fucked up. This is why.
Okay, Rob. we'll
Because
talk
no
later.
one understands
All
me.
right, bye.
He gets me.
Mommy, do you hear yourself? Do you hear how crazy you are? You
I am.
omitted so much. You try to make me look bad. And by
I
the
do.
way, it's fine
We
because I
joke
do the same. to
Right, we do
you.
it. That's how our like. That's the one thing that your dad and I had always. I mean, when you were little, we didn't want you guys like we wanted to steal everybody's thunder if they were going to make fun of you.
Mhm.
So
No, you
he
sure
would.
did that.
You had like a big gap in your tooth, and he would say, "I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal."
It's like
and
crazy that
that's
you still
mean,
think
but
that's
at the
so
same-
funny.
It is funny because we had the same, and you were so confident anyway. So we
Let-
were
oh
on the
yeah,
same page.
so confident, just oozing
mean,
with confidence.
Whatever.
Lola has a little gap in her tooth, and I'm like hoping to God that like the rest of her teeth are like normal because I don't want to give her braces. That's so cute, a little gap in your tooth.
The Lauren Hutton of babies. You don't know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Okay, so just to be clear, the highlight is of course that you guys are here, but it's the family that you both showed up for Lola. It means so much.
It's crazy to me that you would think we wouldn't, or that was even
I just
a consideration.
I think I just never expect anybody to show up, not because it's like, oh, because they're so horrible. I think in general, like it's just nice to show up. And when people do, I find it to be really special and I don't expect it. So it's nice.
Well, I show up about every 6 weeks. So, you know.
Yeah. And I don't ask you to.
Right. And you don't even appreciate it.
I
So
do
awful.
appreciate it. I love it. It's great. And
I
I
don't-
love that Lola like loves you and gets to like really know you, even though you're 3,000 miles away. Like it's great.
I love that
Anyways,
kid.
my gosh. Okay. My other highlight is that I'm back in therapy.
Okay, that is a highlight.
But are you scared?
Yeah. Can I tell you one thing? And this is not a fight. We're not going to cry or anything, but I think, I don't know if you've ever discussed this with your therapist, and I'm sure maybe you have, but your thing of wanting to go in the opposite direction of anything I say, in particular me, I think.
It's not just
It's-
you.
Okay, well, whoever, it's just so much to your detriment. Not that I'm right every time, but to at least really consider it, that your default is not going in the other direction. That can really hurt you long term in your life, and I hope you address that.
I definitely know that about myself. I'm like very self-aware that I do that. And my
Mhm.
instinct is to run in the other direction. But I think self-awareness is the first step. It is.
Okay,
and
good, good.
and like I will be vocal about it. Like when Jolly was like, you should do this. And I'm like, well, now I don't want to do that. Like I
Right.
talk about it. So it like kind of breaks the barrier of like, I'm not like hiding it.
But
like,
you
oh,
still
now I'm gonna
don't,
do something.
but you still don't do it.
That's not true. You don't know my life.
No, I don't know.
You
I don't
what
know.
I
I
do.
think with me in particular, and it's just like, okay. So I was watching, what's it called? The Sarah Jessica Parker new Sex and
And
the
just
City,
like
whatever.
that.
And just like that, the last episode where she didn't want to go to a thing because it was all older women and Gloria Steinem was
Yes.
there and all that.
Yes.
And I looked at Ken, I said, I would kill to be in that group.
Yeah.
I would kill. I would hang out with them every weekend, not because they're illustrious women or anything like that, but because I learned so much from people who are older than me. And there's not that many people left that are older than me. I learned so much. My friend Vivian is 81 or 82 years old. She's the coolest lady. Remember the one from Bobby Brown and all that?
Mhm.
She looks young, but I get such great advice from her. So
Yeah, you should surround yourself with older people.
yeah. Well, but I
Do a
learned so much
podcast
from
with
younger
an older
people.
person.
Like right now I'm getting, a million text messages from a bachelorette party that I'm going for my friend that is practically your age in New York. And it's going to be so fun,
Yeah.
and it's like, they're fine that I'm going and I'm so happy that I'm going to hang out with them. So I learned from everybody, but I think at some point in my life, I was like, with my parents, you don't know anything. I know everything. And even today I learned from my mom and from
Of
whatever.
course.
Today.
But I'm the same way. I learn from you and stuff. I think there is a need, especially because I just had my own kid and whatever, there's a need to individuate and like make my choices and my decisions based on stuff you taught me and things that I learned from like actionable things that you and daddy did and stuff. But like, I don't like being told what to do because I want to learn my own lessons. I want to do everything and I want support, even if it's wrong. Like that's what I think parenting should be, especially to a kid in their 30s. It shouldn't be like, you should do this. It's like, you can lightly suggest.
I never tell you should do this. I lightly suggest.
I'm just right. And I think
you
just
lightly ignore it.
I have a hard time with it. That's it. I do. And that's how I am. And that's okay.
Right. My
I'm
question wasn't
self-aware.
about that. My question was, do you think it's something you're going to discuss with your counselor?
Yes. But there's other stuff on the
Oh,
on the
okay.
surface that's like
That's-
way more important. But yes, of course, listen, I'm constantly working on myself.
If you ever want to have like a joint session.
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my highlight. I'm back in therapy and it felt really good to even just go and release so
Wouldn't
much.
it be great to have your counselor one day as a guest on the podcast, not to
No.
discuss you in particular, but to discuss mother-daughter issues, or a counselor?
A
not her.
counselor for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, not mine. But
You know what? I know who I'm going to get. Nicole, Nicole Martin.
yeah.
Her friend that was on the show.
Oh, she was great.
She's so
Oh my
great.
God. Let's
So
get her on
I'm
the
gonna-
freaking podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to ask her.
Let's
I'm
ask
gonna
her
ask Nicole to come. I'm going to ask Nicole to connect me with her.
Okay, great. I
Yeah,
love it.
because that would be really good to discuss your typical mother-daughter
Oh
relationship.
my God. Yeah. We should just have her every week. And it's like, this becomes therapy. I cancel my therapy. This becomes my therapy. Yeah. Anyways, those are my two highlights. And then my low light is just that Lola is back in a phase where she has like
sleep regression.
of separation anxiety.
Oh,
And not-
separation anxiety.
It's so bad. I just had a swim lesson with her and it ended after 10 minutes because she was screaming her head off. She wouldn't do it. And then we had our babysitter come who she loves and like goes to the park with alone and stuff. And then
Qué miedo.
she came over and she was like, I do not want to be away from you. And not just away from you. She wanted to like cling on to me. She needed to be held, whatever.
We don't know what that babysitter's doing. I need to size her up because Mulder, wiser, and just one look. I know.
And by the way,
I know
she's
all
coming
your
to the
friend-
birthday party.
Oh,
You'll
good,
see
okay.
her and you'll
know how
literally be
I know
like,
all
I
your
love
friends,
her and I think
and
she's great.
I love all your friends. Like I don't get one bad vibe from a single one of your friends, and they're all so different and so creative and cool and whatever. So it's not like you could say,
But
oh,
that's
you always have a problem with everybody. No, I don't. But if I do see something weird, I would, like, I just would know.
You'll see, and I think I have no qualms about you meeting her or anything. She's coming to the birthday party. I think I told her she should pass by. But you'll meet her and be like, she's great. She's very sincere and earnest. Like she wants to do such a good job, and she loves Lola.
And she knows that she is caring for our treasure.
Exactly. And even like when she doesn't go through the alley to go to the park. Obviously, I told her like, you have to go, whatever. I've talked to her about everything because I even told her, I'm like, look, you're very pretty, obviously. Like that's whatever. She's a model. And so I was like, I need you to
not have sex with my husband.
I told her, please don't have sex with my husband. I said, please. That's first and foremost. Please don't do that. And number two, I said, when you're walking,
God, Ken is going to be drooling.
No, listen. I need everybody to not fucking scare her away. Okay.
She's not obvious.
I told her, I'm like, please, when you're walking, be very aware of your surroundings. I don't want you wearing AirPods to walk. Like, I don't want you, whatever. And location services on, whatever. And so when she was leaving the other day, I was like, okay, bye, Lola. And then she goes, wait. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, hold on, I'm turning on my location. Like, she's the one who reminds me. And she's like, did you
know what's good? I'll tell you it's good that you're poor.
Sorry?
Because it's good that you're poor. Because if you were wealthy, Lola would be at a high risk of being kidnapped by somebody when she's with a babysitter, when she's with whatever. But since you're not rich, it's just, I'm just trying to
hold on. Let's be clear here. No, it's not. I'm not rich. Cat's out of the bag. Okay, guys, I wanted to say it in a way that
you didn't want to say it this way.
But I'm not rich. But I'm not poor.
No,
I live in Los Angeles. We are in
everybody's poor in Los Angeles.
Recession. It's tough out here. The writers are striking. The actors just fucking striked. Like we are. It's not a great year, financially for the entertainment business. Okay? But we are not poor.
Of course, you're not.
We live below our means because we're smart and poor. No, we're smart and not rich. That's it. We're smart and not rich. That's the name of my memoir. Woo. Okay. So yeah.
We're smart and not rich.
Smart and not rich. So low is Lola, separation anxiety.
My memoir is waiting in a Sprinter van. I've decided.
Sprinter van.
Just because I've been doing a lot of waiting in Sprinter vans lately. So I said to somebody, this is the name of my memoir, Waiting in a Sprinter Van.
Okay, well, nobody really understands what that means. Any highlights and lowlights for you?
Highlights, I'm going to see Robert. No.
Oh my God. I was like, what the heck?
I got you.
Robert is
I'm gonna see Lola. I get to take her to the park by myself.
Well, I don't know if she'll let you. I don't think Lola will let you because of the separation anxiety. I'm not kidding.
Yes, she will, because we have Harry.
You will see. I'm hoping to God you can, because
he loves me.
I have so much to do. I need you in that time to be with her so I can go get the balloons, go get the cupcake, like all this stuff.
She will get over it. Like the second she might cry a little bit and then she'll be fine. The dog, Ken is super entertaining and whatever. She's in.
I hope so.
Well, my highlight is that I'm also doing a little vacation in Northern California. And so that's really exciting and I'm happy about that. My low light is that some people know that I did a full body scan.
Not some people know, you said it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, okay. And I got a little bit of bad news. I'm not going to talk about it exactly because I haven't spoken to them yet. It's a little bit scary. And I have decided not to die 1,000 deaths. Before getting the information. I have spoken to somebody, an old friend, Paul Adams, who's awesome, and I hadn't talked to him in 10 years, and 5 seconds he called me back and made me feel better about it. And so I guess that's my low light. But I tell you, even something like this, which maybe would send, this is what maturity does to you. You know what I mean? We're all gonna die of something. I don't think it's my time.
It's
I
not.
don't think it's my time. I think I have a lot to do, and I'm hopeful for a good outcome. But you know, it's a little bit of a low light, and I'm not going to let it ruin my trip. which I'm
Amen. I
so
think that that's
excited about.
exactly the way you should be thinking
Well,
about it.
when I texted and you called me, I don't know, you were probably expecting me to be freaking out and
I
whatever.
actually wasn't, just because based on the text message, it felt like you had your head on your shoulder.
I only freak out and cry about things having to do with you, your sister, or Lola. That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the things that make me whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a super big crybaby, but
I'm such a crybaby. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
but that's not a bad thing. Holding in whatever all the time is bad. There's nothing
I
wrong with it.
agree. It took me a long time to like be
And-
able to cry in front of John Liam and not be like embarrassed by it.
You weren't
It
a
was
big
huge-
crier ever.
I just hide it. I did it alone because I was like, if
You
they
thought it
see
was
me
a sign of
cry,
weakness?
yeah. Especially because I think when you cry and you're like trying to like explain something and you start crying, people are like, oh my God. Like they don't
I
want to
know.
hear your point.
But I
But
don't
it's
think
like,
it's that way
no,
anymore.
I have so much to say. I'm just like emotional. You have to like bear with me.
I don't think it's that way anymore. Actually, I think that's one thing that you guys and the other ones after you, the Zoomers, have been
Yeah.
good at, like where people's feelings matter. They whatever. We don't know where it comes from. Is it just whatever? Is it somebody's depressed? It matters. Like
Yeah.
you count. You're seen.
Feelings
You're
matter.
heard. Whatever.
They're valid.
Yeah.
I literally have nothing to talk about.
Okay. Well, let me.
I'll just say, because I don't want to like brush
You
it
don't want
under
people
the
to have
rug.
to hear me that
No,
much.
no. I just want to say, because people are like, what are you talking about? There's like a huge thing happening with Jonah Hill. I am not
Oh.
able to talk about the Jonah Hill stuff. Jonah Hill is a good friend of my husband, and I will not be
And
talking
mine.
about it.
Mine.
And that's the end of that. Okay. So I know that it's happening. We are not, no comment, period. So sorry.
I will talk about Jonah because
No, you can't.
I'm not. I don't
Okay.
really look. The only thing I know is that the girlfriend is saying something and whatever,
Yeah.
you know,
We can't talk
people,
about it.
we don't know. Like, we don't know anything. I really don't obviously know him. What I think I met him one time and you told me don't even look too much in his direction. And
Because you're a
then I
star
saw his
fucker.
show. Then I saw the show. And from the show, I got a great impression of him and somebody is very honest and transparent. So I don't know what else has happened since the girlfriend said that she something, you know, verbal abuse or something. I don't know if something else happened. I know that the guy that killed all those people in the synagogue, the freaking Nazi, you know, I don't know how many years ago, was found guilty and they are considering the death penalty. And I hope they fucking put him in a gas chamber.
Amen.
Yeah.
Fucking men.
Yeah. So that's that. I watched OC. You know, not to get into much detail because it's really, you know, it's just all the same thing. But I got to tell you that Heather really bothers me. And at the end or in the middle of this show, they did what were the highlights and the lowlights of your trip to Montana.
They did that?
Yeah. And then there's a lot of that. There's another podcast that it's about the differences between millennials and, you know, Gen X and boomers and stuff. It's come up with your own shit. And you know, there was parts on this trip that, of course, in order for hilarity to ensue, they had to shovel shit and they had to do this and they had to do that. And she said that her highlight was shoveling shit because, you know, it makes you realize that there are all kinds of people in the world that have to do all kinds of different jobs so that we can live the kind of lives we live. She basically said, I'm grateful that there's another half that's not me.
Right.
Yeah. And I just can't stand her.
Listen, I'm kind of feeling the same way a little bit more and more as I watch her. It feels like Heather is playing a character of herself. She's like leaning into her champs self. And I'm like,
I can't stand it.
It's very annoying. I get it now too. I just think like out of all of them, she is the most normal. And I think that's why it's like comparatively speaking.
I love Shannon. She's not normal, but she's
so funny.
She's so funny and genuine and she's so whatever. So I love her and I love Tamara.
Yeah.
But I love Tamara as a person and not that person
As
that
a
I also,
housewife.
whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you that,
Can you tell I'm having a
also-
bad hair day because I've like changed my
oh,
hair
my hair is
500 times.
awful. And
Mommy, your
doing
hair
some-
looks great.
right, but it's
When I don't
it's
wash my
not really-
hair for more than like 2 days, it really becomes. I feel like a troll. Anyway, sorry.
I don't
had
think
to
that
say
you should dye your hair anymore because not because the color looks better or anything, but your hair, like you have virgin hair. I mean, this is the
Oh.
one thing about you that's virgin.
Mm.
So, and it's so shiny and beautiful, and that color just made it look
dull.
drab. So yeah. And why would you do it? You
Well,
look prettier with your own hair.
It's already dyed, so it's like I would have to like grow it out to have it not
No,
be dyed
actually,
anymore.
if you do something to match your thing, whatever that is, it just closes all the cuticle of your hair and makes it
I don't
really
think
shiny.
I'm gonna do red again, but I do like the brown color that I think I am gonna do it again. Sorry.
Okay.
I
whatever.
hate to disappoint
Anyway, I don't know
you.
why that came up. And then the other thing that bothers me about the show is the new girl. I forgot what her name is.
Jennifer.
And she's with a guy that she
He's
met.
cheating on her.
Right. And I think he's cheating on her. And then Tamara told her that the guy saw her at the gym and said, I'm gonna
wanted to
fuck
have
her and all
sex
that
there,
stuff.
yeah.
And she believes the guy, and I feel bad for her because that's a disaster waiting to happen.
But
What
don't you think-
bothers me,
Yeah, go ahead.
what bothers me is that the fact that this woman, before she was with this guy, cheated on her husband, triggers Gina in such a way
No,
that
puedo.
she can't speak
no.
and she can't whatever. It's like, dude.
Okay, I totally agree. One, I think Gina is trying to just make everything about herself because she's like, she's now like tasted fame being a housewife and she needs to continue this storyline. That's one. Two, Gina has never gone into any type of therapy to like work on the fact that her husband cheated on her and now they're friends and they're trying to make it work. She's just like, push it down. And then something is like triggering her and she's making it all about her. Gina is its own separate thing. Do you think that it was right for Tamara to tell Jennifer that her boyfriend wanted to have sex with her?
No, but that's
That's
Tamara.
not cool. I think
I
that
know,
was
but
so
that's
messed
Tamara.
up.
I know.
I
I
don't
know.
know. That's not a friend. And it seems like they're genuinely friends. And then this girl comes on the show and like sees Tamara doing the Tamara thing, like a housewife Tamara version. And she's like,
exactly.
what's going on? Like, I think of it as like me and Jackie, because like Jackie is my best friend. And then I think if like cameras were on and she like started doing drama stuff and like pulling things out from like the past that she knows about me and stuff, I'd be like, are you serious? Like you're doing this on camera, like just so you'll have airtime? I would be so hurt. Like that's how I see it of like they're actually friends. So why
Yeah.
would you do that to her? Feels wrong. That's a
know,
bad
like
person.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she's a bad person. I think that she was on pause. She hated not being a housewife.
Yes.
She's making up for lost time and she'll level up.
Yeah.
Mauricio and Kyle, there's this.
Is there any more stuff?
Yeah, there was. I don't know why TMZ is following everyone to gas stations lately. But
they're not. Their publicists are calling.
Oh, okay. So anyway, she was at the gas station in Aspen, and they asked her something, and then they asked her about Morgan Wade, and she acted all like coy with a smile on her face, and it was very
Ooh, whoa,
it was
okay.
very telling and very guilty. You need to look it up, and I don't know. I don't think I don't think it's a good situation. This is not the way I wanted Mauricio and I to get together.
But if that's the way,
but if that's the way it's supposed to be, absolutely.
Cookie crumbles.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm, unless they make a public statement, I'm not gonna pursue it, no matter what he says and no matter how much he begs.
Yeah, it's also the fact that you've been dating somebody for 7 years, but I guess we won't talk about that. Poor Ken. Ken doesn't listen to the podcast. We love you.
Ken does listen to the podcast.
my
And
God.
Ken, he listens to the podcast all the time when he's working out. And
That's
Ken
really
doesn't
nice.
take me serious. He knows I'm joking.
Yeah, that's the same with John Liam, except that he doesn't listen to the podcast. And I
Right.
prefer it that way.
Right.
I prefer it that way. Anything else?
Yes, I have more stuff. Wait, there was something else I was going to tell you.
York airs on Sunday. I'm very excited
Huh?
about that. New York. I know you
Oh, yeah.
watch it, but
I mean, maybe I'll watch it. I know that Crappy
Why
Lake,
not?
Welcome to Crappy Lake is really, people are liking it. I don't think I
Kathy
can
loved
do it.
it. I think I might watch it. I'm just like, once I have this party under my belt, I'm gonna have a lot more time on my hands because I'm not gonna have a job anymore. Shit. By the
Okay,
way, if any
so-
producers are listening and they know of work, let a girl know.
Well, I'm going to pay you to edit some YouTube things for me that I'm
Okay,
doing
great.
with this guy who's
I'm gonna
awesome
get
and
a new
fun.
laptop. When I wrap this show, I'm getting a new
Shit.
laptop.
I sent you the link for like the Prime. Now it's too late because this today the 13th.
Today's the 13th.
Okay, it ends today. There's a huge sale on the Mac laptop on like $750.
No.
Yes. Shit.
Hold on. You didn't send me a link, crazy.
I forgot.
God.
But I sent you a surprise and you'll receive it tomorrow.
Is it the thing that I sent you? The link?
That's
Oh,
for Lola.
it's still on sale.
Yay.
Apple 2020. Okay, interesting. I'll look into this after, but
Yeah,
okay,
I'll do it
great.
because it ends today.
Okay. And I think I'm gonna give my laptop to Law because she has the oldest laptop. She came here yesterday
Yeah, that's
with
what
her
I do. I give it to
laptop,
my mom.
and I was like, "Bitch, we got to get you a new laptop."
And what was I gonna say? The thing that I sent you tomorrow. Well, Lola's little pool gets her tomorrow, but then I sent something else. But because I have on Amazon Lola Stapleton, the other thing that I sent for you says Lola, but it'll
I
be
am
very
Lola.
obvious.
She is me. You know.
It'll be very obvious that it's not for
What
Lola.
is it? Just tell me what it is, or give me
The
hints.
knives.
Oh my God, knives! Oh
Took advantage
my
of Prime.
God, that's
really nice.
very, very exciting. That's very exciting. Should I get like one of those magnet knife things?
I mean, it has a block, but you can get the magnet. It comes in a block if you want to
I'm
put
gonna get
it.
the magnet to put behind
Just
the
be
stove.
careful.
Well, that's
Okay,
why
yeah.
I'm putting it behind the stove so she can't reach
And then
it.
you just get rid of the block if you don't need it, or like put it away until whatever.
That's very exciting. I'm very excited.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna so next week
For no occasion, just because.
Wow, what a great mom. Which, by the way, I was at Lola's swim lesson. Hold on, what was I going to say before? Just to table it. I don't remember. Anyways, I was at Lola's swim class, and the girl before me was the girl whose parents own the house that we do the swim class in. And her mom was sitting there with her, and they were watching her son swim. And my friend kept going, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You're doing such a good job. And then her mom turned around to her and goes, okay, so when he comes out, you should say, do you feel proud of yourself? And she goes, okay, yeah. And then they just like went about, and I was like,
What's wrong with that?
No, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong with that. It's so healthy. And I was like, if you
healthy, if I said that, you'd shoot me.
Finish. I said in my head, I was like, if my mom turned around and said, okay, when she comes out, say, are you proud of yourself? I'd be like, why don't you let me parent my own baby?
Listen,
it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson for me to be like, that's healthy. She's just
that
like,
is healthy. It's just another perspective. And I'm
Right.
learning, like I follow so many mom accounts and stuff. And there was a mom that on the last day of first grade, she wrote her son a note. I don't know if you saw this, and I forgot what it was, but it was like, today's the last day of first grade, and I am so proud of you because this year you made so many friends, and you were so kind to people, and people that didn't have friends, you made sure they were friends, and you know how to read, and you know how to play this, and now and it was just so like
Cute.
nice.
Yeah.
And you should be, and I know that you're proud of yourself too, and you're like, I don't know, it's just it's
sweet.
different, like people are better parents now.
They are. I think they're more aware of like kids' needs as opposed to like, you fit in my life, shut the fuck up.
But I'll tell you, here, this is going to cause a problem, but I'm going to say it because I can't stop myself. I will tell you that I'm concerned that in accepting what people are going to be, and no matter what they are, there's a lot of fat kids.
Oh, wow.
I
You
know.
really are doing that, huh?
Yeah, like they're letting, you know, here I suffered so long when I was little for being fat because, and I don't know if this is true. Maybe you know that, you know, fat cells are created when you're little and all this stuff. And my mom, did you know my formula was? My formula was evaporated milk, brown sugar, a little bit of rum to shut me the fuck up, and vanilla extract that also had alcohol. Do you imagine a thing like that probably has 1,200 calories. It was called ponche.
What do you mean that was your formula?
Like, you know, yeah, I used to drink that. Not my formula, like maybe when I was, I don't know. Beba, you know what I'm saying? How the
That's
fuck wasn't I going to be fat?
horrendous.
Yeah.
It's not
So-
even about being fat. That's like that would make you sick.
Yeah.
That would make you sick. And like I'm so against this, like give the babies a tiny bit of like rub rum or whiskey on their gums and stuff for teething pain.
That's
I'm
only
like,
Irish people.
guys,
That's
I
Irish
don't
people.
know what the hell is going on here, but I really think that you
Yeah,
should
no, I disagree
stop.
with that. No, what I have seen, and I know that this sounds bad, but what I've seen is that the kids are okay with it, and the parents are like, let's say one kid is like really skinny, and then the other kid is like really, really chunky, and then they'll do slow motion jumping into the pool, and you see this whole thing, and so the kids are fine, and they're not making them feel bad about it. But what about health?
Okay, but I think this is where like you become, I think you have a hard time like accepting that you can be eating right and like nutritional meals
and that
stuff,
your body does
and
that.
that right, and like especially as a kid, like I mean, I'm
I don't
just
know, I
know
was
I'm not feeding Lola evaporated milk with brown sugar and
Oh,
rum.
I know that, but
vanilla
Lola's not
extract.
fat. That's not, I'm not
It
talking
doesn't
about
matter.
Lola.
Even if she holds weight in a different way, as long as she's like eating vegetables and protein and outside and playing, then that's all that should matter. And then I think if it ever gets to a point where it's like, you know, she's junk food crazy and like only wants McDonald's and whatever, that's when you can like have a conversation and be like, oh, whatever. But
Well,
otherwise, bodies are different. I think like you have to understand bodies are different.
I know bodies are
weight differently.
right, but I'll tell you, like today when I got my that news that was negative, you know, of course I went to I didn't do like the whole web and deep dive, but I did go to Mayo Clinic and find like risk factors. And one of the things is that you are less likely to whatever if the less weight you carry. You know, so any weight usually is correlated to disease, you know, a lot of times. So I'm just saying, like, I see these parents and I'm like, you're all like, I don't like that I was raised by a mother that I felt loved me more when I was, and she didn't, by the way, to be fair.
You just felt that she loved you more when you were thinner?
1,000%. If I gained 5 pounds, I felt that she was looking at me like, and I hated that. So I love that everybody's just accepting, but it still worries me. Like, what about like if you're more predisposed to cancer, more predisposed to this, whatever.
Listen,
anyway,
I think I will have body issues for the rest of my life that I have to like work on actively. And one of the big things in therapy that I have to like make sure that I'm working on consistently is that, because
you don't want to do that to her.
Exactly. And it's not
Did
that
I do that to you?
And it's not, hold on. It's not that I would ever be like, don't eat that or don't whatever. It's just my actions and how I consume my food and how she's watching me do that and how I exercise and the way that I'm looking at myself in the mirror while I'm exercising, all that. We are the only people in this house. We are her.
Yeah, I know, but
show.
John Liam eats like with a vengeance.
I know, but I think I just really take in what daddy used to tell us all the time is like moving your body is a way of life. It's not a means to lose weight. It's not a means to whatever.
Food is fuel.
I don't
was
believe
his other thing. I don't believe that either, because
fuel.
What a waste to be married to a man for 23 years when I'm such a good cook and he just thought food is fuel.
Yeah, but he appreciates good food. He does. Whatever. I just mean like I really am settling into the movement part of like my life of moving my body immediate. I can move through feelings by moving my body. I can get out of a dark hole by moving my body. It just feels so good. And like that has blown up my mind. And that feels so good because I know that when I'm moving my body, we live in a small house. So Lola sees me and like we'll get on the like little yoga mat, whatever. She will know that this mommy does
I mean,
this.
you grew up seeing exercise every
Yeah.
day, and
Yeah.
you and Kathy exercise every day.
And it is everything. I think exercise is everything for mental health, for everything.
And
so like
going out in the first 10 minutes after you wake up, out in the sun and getting that vitamin D, that
Yeah.
really prevents.
Yeah.
So you should do that too.
We go on walks to get coffee right in the morning, like as soon as we wake up. So like it's just all
You
that is
have her
so
on
important.
coffee
We have our own coffee with
Yeah.
evaporated milk mixed in.
and brown sugar.
Yeah. So I just think like it's really about how we treat our body, like how me and John Liam are treating our bodies, how we're eating, the way we're eating. It's not like I'm standing there and I'm shoveling food in my mouth because I have to get to the next thing. It's like you're sitting down and eating. So am I. I want her to learn how to eat slow. I want her to like have intuitive eating. I don't want to just like shove food in her mouth because I'm like, you're going to be hungry later. It's like, you're done eating. Great. Then we're all done eating. Perfect.
By the way, so you know my friend Amy, whose daughter Gato had Julia, like around the same time that you had her.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's just turned a year, and she eats like with her hands and stuff like that. Pero no hace el desastre que hace Lola, because they have a little silicone bowl for her. I'm going to show you the video. It's so nice and dignified.
What do you mean a silicone bowl? Like a thing that suctions onto the thing?
Yes, and then she goes into the bowl and you should see how pretty she eats.
Okay. Yeah.
Julia. No, it's just that the other thing, it's just like it's really hard. You know, like I think it would be good for her.
3 silicone plates. The reason why we removed them was because she's a monster and will
Right, but then teach her not to be a monster.
And I'm like, I'd rather you just have this little tray that you can play
Well,
around.
I'm going to send you the video of how this child
food
eats.
for
She's so
fun
cute.
before 1, which also means it's sensory.
She's
It's
1.
her touching and
No. She's touching the stuff. This little girl is touching and eating
okay,
and
well,
loving
Lola
it.
is a special kid who loves to throw her food, and that's okay for now. Okay.
Okay.
Let her live.
I'm letting her live. Okay. Want to do a quiz?
Yeah, let's do a quiz.
Okay. Let me see.
I always feel bad about myself at the end of these quizzes.
I mean, I didn't have one, so I asked Ken.
Oh gosh. Okay.
No, he's
just as dumb as me.
No.
Oh.
He's very smart. Do you think I could be with somebody dumb? Okay. Ken wants to know, why was Clinton impeached?
Because of the blowjob.
Oh, okay, good.
I know that. Are you kidding?
Okay, who's the king of rock and roll? Who was the king of rock and roll?
Who is the king of rock and roll?
Who? Yeah.
Like currently?
You know, the first person that anybody said.
Mick Jagger?
No.
Okay, hold on. I know the king of pop.
Yeah, but that was his other question. Who's the king of pop?
Michael Jackson. Prince of pop is Prince.
Who is the king of rock and roll?
Like, what is rock and roll, you know? Like baby rock and roll. Like Kiss? But that's rock and roll, no?
No.
Give me a hint.
Elvis.
Oh. Okay, but there's got to be a new king of.
No, Beba, there's no new king of pop.
Who is the king of rock and roll? Let's see.
I mean, I think it's Elvis. I don't know. He sent me the question.
It's Elvis.
Okay.
Who is the king of pop? Michael Jackson. Who is the queen of pop? Britney, probably. Madonna. But like, why hasn't it been updated? You know what I mean? Madonna. Have you seen Madonna's like on her deathbed?
I'm sorry, that's ageism. That's worse than calling people fat.
Mommy, it's not ageism. She's not doing well. She was literally in the hospital.
And we're praying for her. I have a prayer group going.
Of pop. Britney. That makes sense.
Okay.
But so then where does Justin Bieber lie in here?
He sold his album collection for like 50 cents.
Who's the little prince of pop? Aaron Carter. R.I.P. That makes me sad. Who's the queen of the world?
Who is the most famous
Beba.
Cuban chef? I would want to know that.
Who's the most famous Cuban chef? Douglas Rodriguez, Eddie Fernandez,
Oh God, that's so weird.
Mitza
Villapol.
Villapol.
Right.
You know who that is?
Yeah, that's what I wrote my first book, because their book was kind of, you weren't going to read that
Shit.
book. Okay, I have a translation.
Okay, dame.
Last night, dime.
Dime.
Okay, last night you went out with your friends and you went and did something fun. Tell us about it in Spanish.
Okay. Ayer,
Anoche.
fui con mis amigos de college.
De la
¿Cómo se dice?
universidad.
De la universidad a hacer karaoke, cantar con mis amigos y fuimos a las 7:30 y regresó a mi casa.
Regresé
Regresé a mi casa 11:30.
a las 11:30. And how was it?
Era muy, ay, era muy emocionada. It was fun, man. It was
Yeah,
fun.
it
I
was
feel like I
fun.
had
It
an
looked fun.
exorcism. I
You-
texted
You
my-
should post on Mommy Issues thing, like videos, because it's really
Yeah, I'll
cute to
post.
see you. You guys used to do that at the house, so it's
And
nice
let
to
me tell
see.
you something. I have so many videos. It's funny to look back on videos. We're all so bad, but like we're a bunch of performers who like
And you think,
really,
and you do a cappella and you harmonize.
and we harmonize, and we're all off key. We have very bad ears. But I texted my friends today saying, why does my body feel broken today? I left everything I had there last night, my soul, my body. And Johnny goes, thank you for saying this. I was afraid I was the only one. My brain doesn't exist. My voice is a zombie growl. My body and lungs feel like I hiked a large mountain. My head feels like I drank a bunch of beer and soju and free champagne. I'm so fucking sore and my voice is gone. We all had exorcisms. We really did.
Are
So,
they all going to Lola's party?
yeah, they are.
Okay, so I think you guys should do together sing happy birthday.
Oh my God.
Harmonize
In
it.
bad harmony.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you could get free champagne. We were just having the time of our lives. We're like, let's keep drinking. You can get free champagne if you write a review on Yelp. And I was like, okay. So I did a 5-star review and I said, did you know that singing is breath work? Well, it is. So singing is basically meditation, and this place is the best place to meditate.
There you go.
And the
That's-
second I posted it was like 2 seconds later, they brought champagne and they're like, hey.
Nice.
We had the
Nice.
best time.
That's fun. I want to do that one
I'm
day.
surprised you understood anything I said. I said the whole thing in Spanish.
Me?
Yeah, I'm
I
joking.
understood everything you said. You let me tell you, your Spanish is getting good.
Maybe this is gonna help me.
This is going to help you. It's funny because it's just funny, but it's not that it's bad, but it's
It's
funny.
not great. Jolene gets so mad at me when I don't speak Spanish. We had a cleaning lady here the other day, and I was asking her if she was looking for a nanny job. This was before we had the babysitter. And I was talking to her in English because her English is perfect. And she was speaking to me in English. And John Liam, while I'm talking to her, is behind me saying, speak to her in Spanish, speak to her in Spanish, speak to her in
John-
Spanish. I'm like, stop.
But he's right. Beba, do you know that if you speak English and Spanish, you can communicate with 82% of the world's population?
But I can.
That's huge.
I actually can. I can understand it perfectly, and I can get by. There's some verbs and some nouns that are a little tricky, but I
Right.
can do it.
Right. But there's no reason why you should just be getting by.
I know.
You know what I mean? And for your daughter. So yeah.
No, I know.
All right. So close us up.
All right, guys. Follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues the Pod, at Beba_Rod, at Anna Cooks QOOKS. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave us a comment. Rate us. Review us. We really appreciate it when you do. And we will see you next week.
See you next week.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Love you. Bye.